Hello, mate. Again. It seems like ages ago since we did the last one, though.
It does, mate. It seems like a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has been, and it was a good one. Had some good engagement, but let's see how this one goes, shall we? What are we
yeah.
doing? We're doing change management and artificial insemination. No, sorry, artificial.
Oh, dear Lord,
art,
we really could throw
sorry,
disclaimers out at the beginning of these
artificial
videos.
intelligence. Hey,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You know me. You know me.
Yes, I do. Yes, yes, we are
So,
doing AI. Long
is
overdue,
it?
I think.
It's obviously the trend at the moment, artificial intelligence. But um, are we going to be it's the same as last time, where we are kind of fairly knowledgeable, but not that knowledgeable?
Yeah, I think that's probably a very accurate description of where we're coming from.
But
I mean,
right,
I think we've both dabbled. We both have our opinions, which will be
yeah,
interesting as we get into that. But I think,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's fair to say we don't know everything. So
I mean, I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I know, and I mean, I've looked it up. I've done a bit of research, and there's about 6 or 7 different types of AI. But I think the ones that are probably making the waves are the large language models and the generative AI, because
yeah,
it's the large language models that feed the generative AI. Basically, the
yeah,
large language models collect the data, and then the generative AI, I think this is right, goes to the large language models and gets the answer from the prompts you give it. And there's my first question.
yeah,
Okay, so AI works on a prompt.
yeah,
So you prompt it to do something.
yeah,
Okay. Now, if you are not that good at prompting, yeah, so you say, oh, I want some information on, yeah, and here's a bit of information for you to help you with your search, etc. And it goes away and it comes back within 3 seconds or whatever it comes back in, and it gives you a list or some kind of content or whatever. Okay, so you read it and you think, that's okay, but my worry is that if the prompt wasn't right, and if you really don't know what you're looking for, and you created the prompt in a way you did create it, you're going to look at that outcome, whatever you want to call it, and are you going to be sure that it's correct? Are you going to, because that's the problem for me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And just before you answer, the Oxford Review did some research about 6 months ago on ChatGPT, and they did the research on some research that they had done, and he said it came back with lots of answers that were absolutely false, that were wrong. But if you didn't know the right answer,
Yeah, exactly.
so there's my problem. There's my
It's
problem.
Yeah, it just requires a great deal of human intervention.
Yes.
So it's like I don't know, acid music in the 90s. It's a trend and it's very trendy. And you can tell that when people are using it now, which I also have a bit of a bugbear about. Anyway,
I was going to come
yeah,
on
yeah,
to
yeah.
that, but yeah.
Anyway, the thing with the prompting is so what there's pros and cons with AI. There's things that I love about it, things that I just don't. And what I don't like is it's not personable. Your personality does not come across. So that you can't use it to try and it just doesn't work. I mean, my mind goes to some incredibly weird places. AI can't keep up with that. It just can't. And you need to put so much effort in to get something that may or may not be right out. And
And is sorry, go on.
I just think that. So I was asked it recently. What do I think of AI? At the moment, it's maturity, and I'm thinking about its maturity. At the moment, it's a great thing for spell checking, grammar checking. Great for that. I use it for that, and that's about it because I'd rather just write something myself and go, this is me. And then, yeah, do you want to check a spelling or do you want to check the grammar? Fine. But I don't use it really.
And you're right. You're right. I have used it. Yeah, and I've put in prompts, and I've thought that answer doesn't look. So I've changed the prompt and or regurgitated the answer. But then what I do is copy and paste, and I say, "Oh, I don't like that. I've changed that." Copy and paste. I've changed that. What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? If you're looking for efficiency, that's not efficient.
No.
Yeah, it's probably easier to write your own content.
Yeah,
without the necessity to go into AI, unless it is something you really don't know about and you need to get information on.
Totally agree.
So this issue of making life more efficient in terms of this specific thing, this content writing, I don't think it does.
To
be honest,
I don't think we are in a mature enough state to rely on AI at the moment. It's just not mature enough. I mean, I'll give you an example. So, I've recently had a I don't know, I wouldn't call it an epiphany, more like a breakdown. No, I'm joking. But I've realised I can't cope with everything I'm doing. Right, I just can't. Trying to run a business, trying to run a project, I just can't cope. So I've decided to hand some stuff off. Right, and one of the things I've done is social media. I can't keep up with social media. I do not expect that to be run by AI. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't find it reliable. It wouldn't be me. I would like somebody to actually work with me to go, Mark, is this what you like? Then I'm happy. So my trust levels with AI are not there yet. I don't think it's mature enough. I couldn't trust it.
As I said before, I've used it, but then I've gone back to now writing my own content. Because it's easier. It's just easier because you know what you want to write, you know what you're talking about, and you put your, like you said, you put your own personality on it. So that's it from a general perspective. Now, anything else?
Just I'm on it, mate, because I'm on a one now. You know what? You wind me up and then let me go. I mean, it's like that post I did recently about Deloitte, right? It was a Mickey take. It was me trying to be funny, right? With Deloitte's being statistics, LinkedIn statistics saying they look at me the most. I thought it was funny, right? I'm pleased with people like it. AI could never produce that kind of stuff for me. That's me. That's me being cheeky and having a little bit of a poking the bear a little bit, you know. And there's no, I just things like that are personable. I think it's a million miles away from being anyone personal at the moment.
Okay, so let's dig in a little bit deeper, shall we?
Oh, let's.
Content communication. I mean, there's things like data analytics, training, and content and communications are probably the three things that may change the way a change manager works. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm just off the top of my head. Off the top of my head.
You're absolutely right. So, I think you're right. I think in terms of things like comms, though, we come back to that. It needs that human input again. It needs to be monitored closely. You can't overly rely on these products and technology. It's just not there yet.
You didn't let me finish because I was going to talk about that.
Sorry.
Slap, get slapped. So let me just finish on. So the data analytics I get, I kind of understand. So you can put in place, data analytics, real-time gathering analytics, customer sentiment or stakeholder sentiment analysis and stuff like that. But communication, so you're writing a communication, and the communication is specific to what you're doing. Okay, so you say you're implementing SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so your communication is specific to that. Okay, I reckon AI will know about S/4HANA, but you want to write something like a sponsorship statement, or you want to write a project update or something like that. Okay, so you go into say ChatGPT for argument's sake, one of the many. Okay, and you put your prompt in, back to that again, and it comes back, and you're going to get two types of change manager. You're going to get the change manager that says, hey, that'll do. Saves me a bit of time. Got enough information in there. Yeah, we need to bang it out to the stakeholders. And you're going to get a stakeholder. You're going to get a change manager, probably like you and me, who's going to say, well, a load of shite.
I might as well have written that myself.
Yeah, I might have written it myself. And then it's back to that situation where you have to edit it, if you like it, or use it as a base. And it comes back to this, that's not efficient. So why use it at all? Why use it at all?
I mean, I think, so I've been thinking about this a lot recently. So, and I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of change managers now. When you go into an environment and you've got somebody who's pedantic and they don't really understand change management, they want to see all your deliverables, and all this. And it just drives change managers nuts because we're trying to understand the environment, the people, the culture, the behaviors, we're trying to understand all that. And you've got somebody chasing you down for a plan, right? That is frustrating. But if we ever get to a place with AI, and this is where I think it would be amazing, where I could go, right, on this date, this date, this date, this date, I need this, and I had confidence in it to produce this, and this, that'd be an amazing thing. That would be wonderful. If we could work like that, that would be, and do you know what? I would, if anybody knows of anything that's been developed like that, please get in touch with me. I will.
I think, I mean, you're talking about kind of planning, aren't you? You're saying, I want this by that date, this by that date. I think that there is some, I mean, there's loads of prompt cheat sheets being put onto LinkedIn at the moment, and I never download any of them. No. So I'm sure there's probably a prompt that will enable you to do that. But again, it comes back to prompts. It comes back to how accurate your prompt is and how specific it is. And I just guess that there's, like I said, there's change managers out there that couldn't give a monkeys about anything. Those communication and training people are going to love this, because AI, because it's ideal for communication and training, and they're gonna just bang in a prompt, take it out, and say, yeah, that's good enough for me. And what am I going to do for the rest of the day? I'll just sit around and play cards or have a coffee or whatever,
play cards. You're showing your age. I mean, I just think it will get useful. It will get better, I'm sure, and we will have more confidence in it. I mean, I just, like I say, for me at the moment, I think it's maturity wise. It still needs so much human intervention. Yeah. I'd rather just do something myself. And then checking out with, like I say, spelling or grammar or whatever. But, I mean, you see stuff on LinkedIn all the time. And it's like you
can see, you can, like you said, you can tell.
You can tell
because AI is like corporate comms, isn't it? They write it in a certain way.
Yes. And also, so when you write a post on LinkedIn, right, you cannot format the text, right? When you use ChatGPT or one of others, whatever, they all format the text, and you can tell there's emojis, text change, things that are not natural for LinkedIn. Yeah. And now, of course, it's become the natural because every other post has one. And like I say, I get the fact that some people want help and want to be more, I don't know, be different. I don't know. I mean, I struggle with it because when I've tried it, it doesn't get comedy. Well, not my comedy anyway. Not my sense of humor.
Because it's a straight. It's like a straight talking.
Yeah,
like I said, corporate comms, and the data, and obviously it's based on the data it's gathering. And if that data doesn't include like comical stuff, comedy and stuff, then it's not gonna generate that kind of output for you. And it's a bit like, I mean, you've got your own way of communicating, I've got my own way of communicating, and ChatGPT doesn't get it.
No,
it doesn't get it. It just doesn't get how you, because I'm sarcastic every now and again. Yeah.
No. Surely not.
No, not me. And ChatGPT doesn't get sarcasm. It's too straight. It's too straight. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It's like I say, it's not weird enough for me. But like I say, it can be very useful. It can be useful for making things look more corporate if you need to, or using for grammar and spelling, as I've said earlier, or I don't know.
But in grammar and spelling, you've got Grammarly, haven't you? I use Grammarly.
Well,
but,
yeah, yeah.
So,
but I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends what you want and when you want it. I think the problem at the moment is everybody's jumped on the bandwagon. Everybody's jumped on the trend. Everybody's talking about it. You know what? My posts have literally changed in the past 6 months to a year from everything being about leadership to now everything being about AI.
I've gone the other way. My
like,
last few posts been about leadership, but what I've been doing, tell you, just as a slight digression, I've been going back at my look at my database and see what information I've got that goes back 10, 15, 20 years to see what it says about leadership. And it's amazing how much of it is the same.
Yeah,
it still talks about. Because
I'm going to go. No. You started something now. You cannot take this. You cannot take this back, Leeman. Right?
Okay.
Because speaking of all the things you did 20 years ago, right? Oh, it's coming up December. We're going to be getting all the posts about what's going to be happening in change management in the next 5 to 10 years. I tell you what's going to be happening. Exactly as happened the past 5, 10 years.
And I tell you, I put my predictions on LinkedIn last year.
Yeah.
And I went through them.
Yeah.
And nothing has bloody changed. Right. Stop. AI.
Anyway,
Sorry.
AI. We digress.
Just get it. Is it ProSci? Just let me have a drink. Clear my mouth out.
Why are you mentioning ProSci?
Because I'm just going to go through in 2023 they published some initial research on AI.
Okay.
So just
open-minded.
Yeah. Just like okay. I mean, I quite like ProSci for their research.
Yes. Yeah, they do some great stuff.
If I agree with it.
Yeah.
They published some initial research on the subject of the impact of AI on change management.
Yep.
Okay. And they had the left-hand axis, which said increased efficiency, enhanced communication, support in content creation, facilitates idea generation, improved workload management, and limited impact. Now, they got a percentage because they got the emphasis. So first of all, 30% in increased efficiency. I don't believe that because of what we just said. But it depends how you use it. If you're one of those that goes in and says, yeah, that's okay, we'll bang that out. Yeah, of course you're increasing efficiency because you're not writing it yourself. Yeah. Enhanced communication, 19%. I don't know. Probably because they can bang out, these artificial intelligent communications quicker, so they can get enhanced communication. Support in content creation. No, not for me, not for you, but again for change for
generic stuff.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, for generic stuff, for generic information, for your information posts. Then I get why they use it.
Facilitates idea generation. Well, yeah, that might be. They were 14%. The other one was 19%, by the way. Improved workload management, 10%, and limited impact, 8%. I'm kind of tending to agree with the limited impact at the moment. Yeah, because these others, I think they just relate to the type of change manager that we've talked about before. And they had some participants' words back there. Accelerated problem solving and a significant increase in productivity. Accelerates access and gathering of relevant information. Helps to do a lot of tedious work that enables a focus on deeper work. Analysis of vast amounts of data. Yeah, okay. And accelerated problem solving and a significant increase in productivity. And the final quote was, overall, AI has enhanced the effectiveness of the speed of change management work. But again, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because it depends who answered the survey. Depends what sort of individual answered the survey. Yeah. So I think you may have answered this question. How are you using AI at the moment or not?
Yeah.
No, neither am I.
Apart from, like I say, if I, because once I get in the flow, I write War and Peace,
Yeah.
in a very surreal way, and I might go check my spelling, check my grammar, have a word of this great. That's it. Otherwise, I don't need.
I think I might just put a little bit of time aside sometime over Christmas and New Year just to sort of try something a bit different. I mean, all I've done so far is just asked it for a list, whatever for, I can't remember. Asked it to tell me the difference between whatever it was.
Yeah.
And just things like that. It's like quite simple things.
I tell you, I have to. You just reminded me. You've absolutely just reminded me about what you've tried it for. So where I've seen it look amazing, right? And I was actually blown away. Was there was some chap on LinkedIn, as per usual, talking about capabilities of AI, and it was like, check out this site. You go on, you put some data in, builds a website for you in like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's an extremely one. And while you people are listening, I've got to tell you that I've pulled my website down. Okay, so don't try and get into my website. I've pulled it down.
That's fine. Mine is still available and very sexy.
Yeah, I know.
So he said about this site. So I went on, I put in all my data, and all it asks you for is like company name, synopsis, what industry, You put those 4 or 5 things in, you press enter, and it generates a web page.
Is this on ChatGPT?
No. This is an actual. I'll have to see if I can go back, see if I can find it.
Okay.
And it's just brilliant. And I have to say, for anyone who doesn't know about setting up a website or doing anything like that, it's a great tool.
I've been talking to your mate about having a website.
Right, yeah, and he is well worth talking to because I'm very pleased with what he's done for me. So
he sounds like a nice guy. So
he's brilliant. So just an example of where I've seen it work and gone, oh, actually, and I didn't play with it after that. I just did it just to see what would happen, and it did work within like 10 minutes. I had a full blown web page with testimonials and everything, which was a bit weird. Yeah. That was the little bit that was a bit. I wasn't too keen on that.
They picked up so the AI picked up testimonials.
The AI put testimonials in from people that I'm not connected with and I didn't know. That is the only thing I didn't like about that.
Well, this goes back to the Oxford Review thing where the AI came back and said this research by X and Y in 1989 on this didn't exist.
No.
Yeah. So if they are getting this information from these large language models, there is false information out there. So how does AI? This is a question. How does AI differentiate between what's true and what's false? I will say I did ask it about the 70%, and it was quite good. ChatGPT.
Right.
So it came up with McKinsey and etc. etc. But how does it differentiate between this is good information, correct information, and no, this is a load of crap?
The broader question there on is how do we differentiate? Because if you've got people who are putting together,
true. You're right. Yeah.
So imagine at the moment I haven't got any on my side. But imagine
just before you carry on, the way we differentiate is because this is not artificial. This is real.
Well, yeah, but what if for example, that website that I generated had testimonials? People reading that would think it was real. They wouldn't know whether it was true or false.
Well, that's true.
I would. And that's the danger. And that was so I think the fact that it could do that so quickly was amazing. I was like really impressed. But the fact that it actually comes up generating testimonials. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I haven't put any in. And that leads me to think,
is it a freebie?
Yeah, it was absolutely free.
Send me the link. Let me try it.
Not only will I send you the link, if I find it, I will also put it in my post.
Yeah, just if you can. I mean, don't bust a gut over it. Don't bust a gut over it. But I'd like to try that because I mean, I've got over 130. quick plug, over 130 recommendations on LinkedIn, so it should pick up those. What else is there? I mean, we've got about 5 minutes left. Just let me have a look at my sort of bits of paper I've got here and see if there's anything. Oh, what it can't do, apparently. Just let me give you a go through. I put a post on LinkedIn the other day, yesterday or the day before. It can't provide personalized consultation, so it can't. You can't talk to it and say, "Hey, can you tell me about?" It can't implement anything. Yeah, okay. No real-time interaction. So, like a bit like personalized consultation. Psychological data. Now, I know a bit about psychology because I use it on my training course. And I kind of think there's enough information out there about psychology where you can actually probably get AI to provide information to you about psychology if the prompt is right. Legal or compliance advice, again, there's enough legal stuff out there that it can actually grab hold of if you're specific about the prompt. Predicting future outcomes, yeah, well, no, it's a sure. No, I wish I could. And it can't do technology integration. Of course it can't. Although it might be able to tell you how you can integrate. Yeah. So, what kind of API do you need? So here's the prompt. We've got this piece of technology that does this. It needs to pass that information to that piece of technology, which into these fields.
Possibly, yeah.
Is there any coding or API or whatever you can do that?
All the big software houses are using it, right? Or looking to use it, or are trying to integrate it. How they use it, I don't quite understand. So Salesforce, Oracle, SAP, they're all bringing it in. They're all, getting involved with AI, as you'd expect, because it's Kennedy. So, but I don't quite understand how they do that. You're absolutely right. I think where it is useful is you can ask it something of a technical nature like that is probably documented somewhere, a process, and it can find that for you. I think the future is bright. I just don't think it's there yet.
Not that's any help for a change manager who knows not a lot about technology. Look, I'm going to go back to my big worry about AI and change management is that it's going to make the life of the change managers that aren't really proper change managers too bloody easy. It's going to give them a way out, because they'll just generate whatever they want to generate and say, yeah, that's fine. Okay, you might just put a dot on the I or a the or an it or an and in there. Yeah.
Well, but not only that, scarier than that, mate. Scarier than that, they're going to look knowledgeable because they're reading stuff.
They what? Sorry?
They're going to look kind of knowledgeable. So if they're going for interviews and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think we've sounded quite knowledgeable today.
Surprise myself. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you think about something hard enough and logically enough, you can talk about it. Whether you know a lot about it or not, it doesn't really matter.
I think I will keep saying I think there's great potential. I just think maturity-wise, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
To support change management.
Yeah, so I guess that watch this space and suck it and see.
Yeah,
are the two phrases that come to mind. So just 1 minute left. So just all you change managers out there, don't take AI as read. It won't save you a lot of time. If you edit what it spurts out. So keep it real. You are the change manager. You're the person that's all these people come to for your advice and your knowledge, etc. Don't resort to some bit of artificial intelligence software that will spurt out any old rubbish. Be you, do your own what's the word, content, etc. That's all I'm going to say. You got anything to say? Because
change management is about people. It's about humans.
Yes, it's about people, not artificial people, real people.
Keep it human.
That's it. It's bang on time again.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, people, watch out for our Christmas special. I'm not sure when we're going to do it yet, but what the content of the Christmas special is, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 6 episodes we've already created and spend just about 10 minutes on each. So we're going to do this for an hour, about 10 minutes on each, just to regurgitate some of the stuff and just to remind some of you people who haven't seen the episodes and stuff like that, because there was some good stuff in those episodes, I've got to say. Yeah. And judging by the numbers of views on YouTube, it was great, you know, far outweighed any views I got on my You Ask, I Answer. So thanks again, Mark. Great Pleasure. Stuff. I enjoyed that, and you know, I kind of surprised on how much I knew. Cheers, people.
Cheers. Bye-bye.